Hello, welcome to Spotlight MC. My name is Carissa Mandrakia, and I'm here with Matt Porter today to talk about Montgomery County Community College on the Air. So Matt, tell me a little bit about On the Air.
Montgomery County Community College On the Air is a weekly radio show that we do here at the college. It's produced by students and staff, and the faculty really are the ones who are in charge of teaching these students how to produce a radio show. And it's hosted by Michelle Cuomo, who is the Dean of Arts and Humanities here at the college. And every week she will talk to different people in the community, on campus, students, faculty, staff, interesting people telling about the things that they're doing. It really is a great chance to get a lot of the messages that are happening on the campus community into the general community as well.
Okay, so you said that, students produce it. Do they do other things besides producing, or do they do a little bit of everything?
Montgomery County Community College On the Air is just a slice of things that they work on. And obviously a lot of the students who are involved are sound recording technology majors. We have that degree here at the college, and it's something where they get that hands-on experience of being part of recording the show, editing the show. The guests are booked by Diane Van Dyke, and she works in the communication department, for the college. So she has her fingers in everything. She knows what's going on with all the different programs here on campus. She books the guests. They come in. We do pre-record the interviews. That way, Michelle Cuomo comes in and records them, and they do go out once every week. But the students are in charge of really making it sound good. They add in the music, they add in public service announcements. They have to make sure it's exactly 15 minutes. It's a 15-minute show. And then they deliver that show as a final product, and that's what we play on 1440 AM WNPV every Sunday. Okay.
So if someone wants to listen to the show, where should they go to listen to it?
There's a couple different ways people could listen. Obviously, the way that really I like it when they listen to it the first time it's broadcast. And it's broadcast on 1440 AM, and if you're thinking to yourself, AM radio. But of course, they stream live. You could listen to 1440 AM via your AM radio, or via TuneIn app, or via the website, everything like that. Everybody on the planet could tune in, whether you're in Lansdale, where they are, or whether you're anywhere on the planet, you could tune in. Sundays, 6:05 p.m., driving around in your car, listening to your homework on Montco, it would be great. Of course, you can listen to it later as a download if you go to iTunes U. Montgomery County Community College has an iTunes U page, and there's a lot of great content as well as an archive of our show. If you go to the college website, which is mc3.edu/radio, you can listen to also an archive, and every week it's updated with the new episode.
Okay. So I see that you brought a little box here. Tell me a little bit about that.
I brought this just to show you. This was actually the original broadcast from April 20th, 1997. Oh, wow. And I was joking because I think somebody said they were one at the time. This is a young crew of people putting this show together. But the show was actually produced back when it was all still reel to reel. And at the time, you would actually take a razor blade and cut out an and an ah, or if somebody made a mistake, you would cut it out. And I think it's just interesting, the history. And, you can look at it and just say to yourself, wow, it's so much easier now to edit. At the time, if you had a razor blade and a marker to mark where to edit, and people wondered why you had a drawer full of razor blades to work on a radio show. But there it was. And it was originally hosted by Dr. Rita Hodge Sellers. And she was one of the people that, along with John Gallagher, who was running the program at the time, they were the ones that came up with the idea. They created the show to do this kind of spotlight on the college and the community, but also to give students this opportunity to produce the show and have their work broadcast in such a way. So it's a lot of the history of it starts right there.
So you weren't there when it originally started. When did you start on the air?
I started with the college in February of 1998. And they were probably about 50 or so episodes into it by that point. There was a couple students that were working on it. And one of my initial jobs was really to make sure that the show would continue. Obviously being here at a community college, the turnover of students is every couple of years. And so you're always training new people into how to make the show, how to edit. It's a project that they do. And along with a lot of the sound recording, they'll do a lot of music and sound effects and all the fun things you think about. Producing the show is something that's part of their curriculum. And it's something that I've always been able to help out with. So.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for doing that. You know, we love, you know, On the Air. It always gives students, you know, something to listen to, something to look forward to. So besides, you know, doing On the Air, is there any other like fun things that you guys do? Do you just do like interviews? Do you do music? Do you do both?
Montgomery County Community College On the Air really tries to stay specifically toward guests that are talking about events or things that are happening. A lot of, like even just this last week, we recorded a bunch of the winners of a poetry contest that they had. So it features this episode that will feature students reading their poems, and it's powerful stuff. And it's the kind of thing to hear someone tell their story of how they got into writing and then perform it on the air. Really moving stuff. But then you might have somebody that's on the faculty and they're talking about an initiative that's happening at the college or an exciting class or something that they're involved with. Maybe they went on a sabbatical trip or they're a veteran or, you know, all those different stories that make up the diversity that is Montgomery County Community College. We try and capture that. And you really get those alumni stories, people that come back and now they started here, but they have gone on and done great things and they come back to reconnect with their roots. And sometimes it's funny because they'll come in and they'll be sitting in the studio and they look out through the window and they look at the quad and they see these buildings and they remember walking through as students when they were here and now they've gone on and had their career. We've had interviews like that. It's a very diverse mix of guests, which was what I think really makes up obviously the diversity of Montgomery County Community College, and we try and capture that.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
Matt, it was a pleasure having you, and, you know, we love talking to you. Definitely, you know, want to see you again.
Thank you.
Definitely. So that's all that we have today for Spotlight on the Spotlight MC. I'm Carissa Mandrakia. Thank you for joining us.